YouTube, it's your boy Dgotsauce back with another live stream, man. Episode number 2. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate y'all viewership, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for your boy if y'all are new. As we starting to get into this, man. We got a lot of topics to go through today. We do. But first, we just gotta chat a little bit, just let you know how things are going. Hoping y'all are doing well as well. It's a magnitude of things that we should start with, but I just really want to take the chance to say, thank you guys for tuning in. I really do always appreciate you guys. Even when you guys are just watching my regular videos, if y'all don't even come in and to the live with me and chat with me, sometimes this could get really hard to do, and people don't understand, like, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of patience to grow this stuff. And it's a journey, but I love the journey. I'm not gonna lie, I love the responsibility to do this. I love to be consistent, try to prove to myself that I can do it. You know what I mean? This is my second channel. I have another channel who I had recently got demonetized. It was about almost a year ago now. So I lost my motivation. I'm not gonna lie, man. I lost my motivation. I lost my drive to do it, because I worked so hard to get to that position, and then it would just got taken away from me, and I just felt like what was all that for? But I realized, man, even before I started getting monetized, I was doing it just because we want to give our opinion on certain topics, and just to be in our purpose. You know what I mean? Just to keep going and doing stuff, doing new things and accomplishing stuff, man. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do at the end of the day. We're just here to accomplish things. And I've proven that I could do it on that one channel, so I wanted to do this one and come back and just say, what, we're going all for it. We not letting go of the gas anymore. We just going for it. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. 2026, 2027, 2028, 2035, 2065, 2169. That's how we coming. Man. I really do. Thank you. Like really. Thank you for tuning in. That's really all I gotta say, man. Besides that, man, I really do hope that y'all are doing well. I really do hope that y'all are doing well. And say what up in the chat. And make sure you guys hit that like button for your boy, man, as we get into this show, man. Thank you guys. This is what we doing today, man. We got a couple topics to see what we gonna start off with. We're gonna start off with Iran. Iran's got a new leader. And the rumors have it that this guy is the son of the old leader. Thank you for the likes, man. Let's tune into the video and see what's going on out here, these Iranian streets.
Let's go to Trey Yanks, who is live in Tel Aviv with the very latest on the war with Iran. Hi, Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Iran's Assembly of Experts has chosen a new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of Iran's former supreme leader who was killed in the opening strikes of Operation Epic Fury. Mojtaba Khamenei is a hardliner who has a history of ties to the IRGC and besieged forces. He was the gatekeeper for his father and widely known as the Shadow Prince. A number of civilians and residents in Tehran reacting to the news overnight saying this.
After an entire week of waiting, and of course the shock of the passing of Ayatollah Khamenei inflicted on the society, We are very glad that now the leader has been selected. Now we are sure that the path will continue with his leadership.
The Israelis continuing their strikes against the Iranian regime, targeting a number of positions in and around Tehran, besiege headquarters.
Let me know how y'all feel about this war, man. Let me know.
Threaten their country. And over the weekend, we saw those
Say what you
apocalyptic
want, say
images
your
of
piece.
smoke and flames
Freedom of
rising from the
speech over here.
skyline in Tehran. 4 different oil facilities hit this weekend in Israeli strikes across the Iranian capital. The Israelis are still taking incoming Iranian ballistic missile fire. Just last hour, sirens were sounding in northern Israel. There's an understanding that this could last for a number of weeks, despite the fact that the Iranians have had much of their capabilities taken out in American and Israeli strikes. Still some damage caused to central Israel over the weekend, a number of shrapnel injuries, and a number of locations where there were munition impacts from a cluster munition that was attached to the top of a ballistic missile. Now, the Israelis are looking to the east, but they're also looking north. You saw those live images from the Lebanese capital of Beirut. They are striking the Dakhia neighborhood of southern Beirut quite heavily. This is a Hezbollah stronghold, and the organization continuing to launch rockets over the border today, triggering sirens in the northern Israeli city of Haifa. The IDF telling Fox News over the weekend that at least 2 Israeli soldiers were killed in a Hezbollah attack in southern Lebanon. Todd, Carly?
Trey, there is this report from Axios. It says that Israel's strikes on 30 Iranian fuel depots on Saturday went far beyond what the U.S. expected. When Israel notified the United States in advance, they say this is sparking the first significant disagreement between the United States and Israel. And the concern on the U.S. part is that these Israeli strikes on infrastructure that serve ordinary Iranian citizens could strategically backfire. What can you tell us about this?
I'd really like to know, first, before I get into this, I'd really like to know what y'all think about this, man. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, please, because I got some thoughts about this, and I really think that the U.S. was really pressured into this by Israel. What the word on the street is, what I hear is that Israel was really about to start really nuking Iran, and they were stopped with the United States behind them because apparently they wanted to, you know, they didn't want it to get nuclear because that means Russia and Ukraine would start getting nuclear as well. So they were trying to prevent that from happening, but instead of that happening, they're still blowing up stuff all over the Middle East. And this is honestly, this is real chaos, bro. This is real chaos. I'm just glad it's not hitting the United States as of yet. But this is chaos, man. Thank you for the subscription, Daniel Wolf. Appreciate it, man. Let's continue.
I've seen that article. I've not been able to match the reporting. Israeli officials say the coordination between the United States and Israel is at the highest level that it's ever been. They've described it as historic hand-in-glove cooperation to ensure that this operation moves forward. We do expect coordination to continue at the highest levels of the military. U.S. Central Command actually has individuals on the ground here in Israel in order to coordinate the strikes, and we do understand those strikes against the oil facilities were at least communicated in advance. Again, we haven't been able to match that the administration is upset with the strikes, but we do expect these heavy bombardments of the Iranian regime to continue as they try to degrade Iran's ability to have a strong economic structure, and also for their military to coordinate and communicate these attacks, not just against U.S. forces, but also allies in the region. Todd, Carly?
Trey Ying's live for us, Trey. Thank you. With that, CENTCOM confirming that a 7th U.S. service member has died from wounds sustained in an Iranian attack as Operation Epic Fury rages on.
Steve Harris.
7 soldiers lost so far. A lot of people would say that's not a lot. You know, they would say that's not a lot. But in my opinion, that's a lot. That's a lot. We don't need to be losing no soldiers. We don't need to risk our lives. We don't need to risk their lives. Why are we doing this? Why are we really doing this, man?
Oregon is live from the Armenian border, where Iranians are fleeing to escape this war. Hi, Steve.
It's not going to end either.
I'm standing right here in Armenia, just across the river behind me. That's northern Iran. Of course, that 7th service member, the name has not yet been released because his family has not been notified yet, died from wounds by an Iranian drone attack in Saudi Arabia. In the meantime, 3,000 targets by the U.S. have been hit in Iran in the first week of the fighting. War Secretary Pete Hegseth says the war is just beginning for America, and now that the U.S. has air superiority, they'll be able to use more conventional bombs. Here's the War Secretary.
This is not a fair fight, and that's on purpose. Our capabilities are overwhelming compared to what Iran's are. And frankly, when you combine our Air Force with the Air Force of the Israeli Defense Forces, it's the two most powerful air forces in the world.
I've never seen someone so excited to blow people up in my life. Pete Hegseth, he be happy AF to blow people up. I never seen nothing like this in my years of living. I'll be honest, man. I'm 30 years old, bro.
The ability for us to be up over the top and
Crazy.
hunting with more conventional munitions, gravity bombs, 500-pound,
So this is not a fair fight.
2,000-pound bombs on military
We all
targets.
know it's not a fair fight.
We
They ain't
haven't
gonna
really
last
begun
long,
to start that
especially if we start nuking them. I don't want to say the N-word.
Finally, CENTCOM has announced the death of a National Guard soldier, Sorfly Davies, 46 years old, died from a medical emergency in Kuwait. He was also a New York City police officer. Guys, back to you.
Harrigan, thank you. With that, let us bring in visiting fellow at George Mason University and advisory chair for the Organization of Iranian American Communities.
How long y'all
Dr.
think this
Ramez
war's gonna last,
Safarov.
man?
Doctor, what is the Islamic Republic thinking
How
in
long?
this election?
100 days or less, or
Mojtaba
100
Khamenei?
days or more? I'm gonna start a
we've
poll
made
in
a
the
full
chat.
circle back to the 1979 where the struggle hasn't finished, because right now what we saw and what we see with Mojtaba, he is
Some
now
people would
the
have said
Ayatollah king of
it's
Iran,
gonna
and
take
this is
even
why
longer
the
than that.
Iranian people are in the streets
longer.
and have been in the streets shouting down with the dictators,
That
be it
is-
the king or
it's
the
been
Ayatollah.
years since this is happening,
and
since
last night even people
1979,
took to the
I
streets
believe they
saying
said.
down with Mojtaba. So I think the message here is that the regime has signaled the world that it's going to gear up for more repression. IRGC is going to gear up for more terrorism. And this is a full message of delegitimized regime that has been weakened at home and has been rejected in its entirety by the people of Iran. Nothing comes out of this regime that will be in favor of the Iranian people, and that's why we have to shift our focus to their call for regime change.
Here is the latest from Iran's foreign minister on how Iran views the next steps for them in this war. Watch.
We never give up, we never surrender, and we continue to resist as long as it takes. We continue to defend ourselves, and we are defending our territory, our people, and our dignity. And our dignity is not for sale.
Well, militarily.
Doesn't that sound like Ukraine's leader? Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Doesn't that sound like Ukraine's leader? We not gonna give up. We not gonna back down. We not gonna resist. We gonna fight till we can't fight no more. Doesn't it sound like the same stuff? Now they was saying Putin is bad. They're saying Trump is bad too. They're saying that too. Don't get me wrong, but who's worse? Who's really worse?
They can be forced to surrender, but can you kill this extremist ideology
This is
inside
sad.
Iran?
I think the Iranian people have already told us that they're rejecting this extremist ideology. If the reason Mojtaba Khamenei was selected is an indication on how the inner circle of the regime is narrowing down further, and I think that's why they had to settle down
Dr. Gregory says,
for
yes, it
his son,
does.
this hereditary succession of the Ayatollah, because they're trying to bank on Khamenei's brand that stands for repression and terror. And I think that's, despite what the Iran's foreign ministry says, this is a regime that's been rejected by its public. This is a regime that has been confronted with a very strong resistance movement. In fact, that resistance movement has been growing in the country and has been more and more organized. The National Council of Resistance of Iran has called for the provisional government to step in, and there will not be a vacuum after this regime falls down. And within 6 months, Iran can have a free and fair election where the sovereignty can be transferred to the people of Iran. we will see a much stronger call for republicanism now that the King Ayatollah Mujtaba Khamenei is in power, because that is what the Iranian people want. They want a secular republic, rejection of monarchy, rejection of theocracy, and moving forward to really throw both the King Ayatollah Mujtaba Khamenei and whatever is remnant of the previous dynasty of Pahlavi to the dustbin of history.
There are reports that.
Well, the good thing is, it's a new person. The bad thing is, we still don't know what's to come. Let's be honest here. We don't know what is to come. Is this stuff going to now continue even longer? Is this guy going to have different views than the leader that just got assassinated? Is he going to bring that back? Is this what Iran wants? See, Scott says his son's not no better. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, is this going to continue now? Because if it's his son, don't they got the same views? Don't they got the same views? And if you're in their position, respectfully, shouldn't you? Shouldn't you? Like, real talk. If somebody came into your house, said, nah, this is my house now, this is how I want you to run things, and this is how we gonna do it, are you just gonna let them come in and say, yeah, shit, this is your house too? Or are you going to fight back and say, nah, you can't come in this house, brother? You can't come in this house, brother. Like, oh man! Oh, he said he's worse.
The IRGC are laying
down this is definitely sounding a lot worse.
And obviously, that is going to be the key to determine how long the regime can hold on. But you also need the power of the people, and the more people you have on your side, the better. If you're the United States. So, doctor, if you were to break down by percentage the number of people, percentage of people that still support this regime, and the percentage of Iranians that no longer or do not or never supported this regime, what would those numbers be, doctor?
I think the best number that we can rely on, because Iran is not a democracy, we can't really study it and measure the percentage, but the best number that we can count on was the number of the turnout that came into the election of Masoud Pezeshkian's sham presidency. And I think that tells you that it is less than 20% of the Iranian people that are willing to even show up to the ballot box that is held by this regime. So, majority of the Iranian people are rejecting this regime in every form of resistance. We see men, women, young people, old people, people from all walks of life, different Iranian nationalities, Kurds, Baluchis. This is what we need to harness on, the rejection of this regime in its entirety by the people of Iran, and recognizing their call for a secular republic. And that's why we see more and more support for the provisional government that was announced by Maryam Rajavi as a way to bring this regime down and transfer the sovereignty to the people of Iran. And that's the future of Iran that we should rely on.
Well, we heard from War Secretary.
If that's the case, shouldn't the people of Iran vote in their new leader? Shouldn't they vote him in? Like, is this going to be a time period that this guy is in power, or is they really going to vote people in? They going to let people vote? If you let people vote, and this is the guy that they want, at the end of the day, let it happen. Let it happen. It's up to them. Let it happen. But if this is not the guy they don't want, then that's what I like about America. Every 4 years we get to switch it up if we feeling like, this guy didn't do so well. Every 4 years we can switch it up. All right, the long-term 40-year stuff, I understand. Like, yeah, nah. We ain't trying to see that. We ain't trying to see that. But you get to switch it up every 4 years. Like, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty cool.
Let's continue, man. On 60 Minutes yesterday, saying
don't look
that
like we got much more in this video,
that is,
but
of course, by design. Dr. Ramesh Sheparad, we thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, that's it for that one. Let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments below, man. I really like to know y'all thoughts. Again, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Hit that like button for your boy. hit that like button. Let's see what y'all was saying, man. Waking up is not given. In the morning is not a given, but of the will of God. Bro, that's a fact, man. Every day is a blessing, man. Every day is a blessing to live in this world, man. Real talk. That's why you just gotta get out there and do what you gotta do in this world. You know, accomplish as many dreams and as many goals as you can. Gather as much money as you can. Work as hard as you can. And you can make anything happen, man. You can make this world your oyster. Real talk, man. You can be the president of the United States if you really put that effort in. It's all about opportunity and what you make the best of it, man. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this, man. Work extremely hard, man, because tomorrow's not given, bro. Tomorrow's not given, man. We're going to move on to the next topic, man. I know y'all enjoying the show. I appreciate it. Thank you. Make sure you guys hit that like button. You know, we get a lot further if y'all do that one little thing, man. Just double tap the screen, you know. You don't even have to subscribe, brother. You don't even have to subscribe, man. But I appreciate that too, bro. I appreciate that too, bro. Let's get into the next topic, man. We're going to move on to our homeboy sitting in the president's seat right now, Donald J. Trump, man. He's back in the headlines, allegedly. Say that. Allegedly. For some big stuff in the Epstein files that have not been released yet. Let's tune into the video. What is going on out here in the streets?
Newly released documents that were missing from the Epstein files contain serious unverified allegations against President Trump. The Justice Department posted 3 FBI memos describing interviews with a woman who accuses both Jeffrey Epstein and President Trump of sexually assaulting her when she was a teenager. The White House calls the accusations completely baseless. CNN's Paula Reed is in Washington with the latest. And Paula, these were missing from earlier file releases, right?
That's right. And this individual was interviewed by the FBI 4 times. And initially, only 1 memo was released in that initial batch of documents released by the Justice Department. And that was an interview where she made allegations against Jeffrey Epstein, but not against President Trump. Now, yesterday, these additional summaries were released, and they detail the types of allegations that she made against President Trump, where she describes being introduced to him. She alleges that he asked everyone to leave the room and, quote, mentioned something to the effect of, quote, let's teach you how little girls are supposed to be, and then describes an encounter where he pushes her head down to his penis and then told agents she bit Trump, who then allegedly struck her and said something like, get this little expletive the hell out of here. Now,
let's soak that in. Let's soak that in. They did what? They did what?
to quote, let's teach you how little girls are supposed to be, and then describes an encounter where he pushes her head down to his penis and then told agents she bit Trump, who then allegedly struck her and said something like, get this little expletive the hell out of here. Now, in her 3rd interview, she allegedly said that she was receiving threatening calls. And in her 4th interview, it's interesting, she told investigators that she was concerned about why she was even coming forward because the statute of limitations had passed. Now,
Gregory says, innocent until proven guilty. I agree. Man, these alleged allegations are really, really sus. Really, really sus now. And we got to get to the bottom of this. I can't. We got to get to the bottom of this immediately. I
do want to make sure we get in here the fact that President Trump has consistently denied any wrongdoing. In a statement yesterday, the White House described these allegations as, quote, completely baseless, backed by zero credible evidence.
The U.S. Justice Department has released documents involving President Trump that had been missing, suspiciously rather, from the Epstein files. They include FBI memos from 3 interviews with a woman who alleges she was sexually assaulted by then citizen Trump when she was a teenager. The president has consistently denied any wrongdoing. We should note that the inclusion of interviews in the Epstein files is not necessarily evidence of wrongdoing. It is an interview. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt slammed the release of the documents, saying in part, quote, "The total baselessness of these accusations is also supported by the obvious fact that Joe Biden's Department of Justice knew about them for 4 years and did nothing with them because they knew President Trump did absolutely nothing wrong," unquote. As the Trump White House continues to shrug off the scandal, Congress is pushing ahead, voting to subpoena Attorney General Pam Bondi. The subpoena to testify stems from the House Oversight Committee's investigation into the Epstein files and the federal government's handling of the case against Epstein and his sex trafficking accomplices. My next guest.
It looks like we definitely going to get to the bottom of this eventually, which is the good thing. Now, is it going to be done within the next 4 years? Probably not. Who knows how soon or how much time Donald Trump got left on this earth? We might never even, the way things are going, we might never even, unfortunately, but hopefully we do get to the bottom of this. This is very, this whole Epstein situation, man, like, people, we gotta do better. Man. Like, this can't be like, people is getting blown up in Iran, and this is still a bigger topic than that. We gotta do better, bro. We gotta do better.
As a survivor of Epstein,
allegedly,
Annie Farmer joins us now. Annie, let me start off by saying, I know asking you about the worst experience of your life is not fun for you. Not really for me either. How are you?
Oh, I appreciate that, Jake. I'm doing all right. I'm glad to be with you.
If Biden, I agree. Biden should have acted too. Biden should have acted.
Oh, I have a lot. You know, I was actually really happy to see that Pam Bondi has, you know, there was people on both sides of the aisle came together to say that she needs to testify between the House Oversight Committee.
I'm glad she got to testify too, but I'd be asking the same questions, Gregory. I'd be asking the same questions. Why didn't he do this during Biden's term? Why didn't Kamala and Biden do this? Why did they hide it? This stuff is, honestly, I don't know why Trump would now also run on this if he's also involved in this. Like, that don't make no sense either. Because, like really, what's going on, though? What's going on? We want to get to the bottom of this, and we going to get to the bottom of it, but the stuff that is coming out right now, bro, the stuff that is coming out right now, Greggy says, see if Hunter is in the files. We'll find out eventually. And shoot, if they got any files on him, release them too.
Because I think, you know, when she was in front of the Judiciary Committee, she refused to even acknowledge survivors.
It seemed like everybody's in the files,
The questions that were asked, there was a lot of, you know, deflection and avoidance. And so really, you know, we still don't understand how this release of information was so terribly botched when again and again we see powerful people being protected and information about survivors, you know, not being properly redacted. So I think we have a lot of questions for her.
I'll remind our viewers that when Attorney General Bondi was asked about a matter relating to the Epstein files, she started talking about how the Dow had reached 50,000, and that's what members of Congress should have been focused on. Over the last few weeks, we have seen across the pond in foreign countries investigations start, foreign leaders get in trouble, even a former member of the Royals. There has been some accountability for actions related to the case. What does it tell you that the U.S. government is not, at least as far as we know, doing so in terms of investigations and accountability?
They're stalling.
I think a lot of people are looking at this and wondering why. You know, what is it that's different that's happening here? I mean, we know this was a global...
No. You got to say it with your chest. They're stalling. Like, I think a lot of people are wondering why. No, we know why. Because they're stalling. They have to let this thing last as long as possible. Not only because it's good news, like it's good to talk about these things. This stuff should not be happening to little children or nothing like that. Let's clarify that. but also because it's good news. It's selling. It's bringing people in. People are talking about it. People are constantly bringing this up. It's people want to talk about this stuff. So that's why they're dragging it out, and they're gonna drag it out as long as they can, with their best interest for Donald Trump. Because why? He's the president of the United States. It's that simple.
Conspiracies. Global, there were people all over the world involved in this operation, and so I'm glad to see that people are doing things overseas. It makes me hopeful that real investigations could happen. But I do feel frustrated that that's not happening here. I think we need more of that.
You were invited to the State of the Union address last week. Tell us about that experience.
We know why, man. Stop playing with us.
Yeah, I was able to go with Congressman Robert Garcia, and he's been a real champion for this investigation in the House Oversight Committee. So I was glad to be there with him. It was
exactly.
It was actually pretty challenging, though, to sit through.
It does
Trump's
depend on it for ratings because
when it seemed like he just had a different vision of the country that he was presenting, a different vision of events. He, of course, did not acknowledge any of the survivors that were present, and we weren't really expecting him to, but we were there to remind him that we're not going away, that, the United States, I think, is very much still interested in getting to the bottom of this and wants answers.
Annie Farmer, thank you so much, and best to your sister as well. We appreciate your coming here today and know it's.
We know y'all thoughts down below in the comments, man. I really like to know y'all thoughts. Also, make sure y'all hit that like button for your boy, Land. Let's continue.
Not easy.
A very rare and stunning rebuke of the Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi, by members of the president's own party. Yes, 5 Republicans on the key House Oversight Committee defying their chairman and joining with Democrats to subpoena Bondi over the Justice Department's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein case.
CNN crime and justice correspondent Caitlin Polance is here with us. So tell us more about what these lawmakers want from the Attorney General.
Well, they're making a turn. A lot of this investigation the House Oversight Committee has done around Jeffrey Epstein has been talking to people about Epstein himself. They brought in former President Bill Clinton for a deposition. They had Bill Barr, a predecessor of Pam Bondi. But now it's a question of how the Justice Department, under Bondi's watch, handled the redaction, the processing, and the public release of these files after Congress mandated transparency for them. The Representative Nancy Mace, a Republican on the committee, was the one that moved to subpoena Bondi for testimony about this and has made clear one of the issues here for the committee is that not all of the Epstein files have been released. Congress is not happy with the Justice Department and with Pam Bondi. And really, it has been a boondoggle for the Justice Department as they've been working through these files and getting them up. There were failures to redact information of victims, exposing survivors' private information. There are documents that have not been released still and questions about that. And also, Pam Bondi is the person who a year ago said that the Epstein client list was on her desk, and that never materialized as a real thing. So it's going to be a really...
She did say that. She did say that at the beginning. She definitely rebutted on that for sure. Let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments below, man. I really like to know y'all thoughts. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all viewership for as always, man. Make sure you hit that like button for your boy. This is definitely, we're gonna have to get to the bottom of this, man. We're gonna have to get to the bottom of this Epstein files, these Epstein lists, and who's on it and what we gonna do about who's on it, because we've heard a lot about who's on it. Not much has been done yet. Not much has been done yet. But again, in my opinion, this is going to last way longer than we think it is. Way longer. We got a long time before we figure out really what's going on. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. My opinion. That's facts. That's facts. We're going to move on to the next subject. And we're going to bring it to final subject of it. of the evening, of the afternoon. BDA says hi. What up, BDA? We're gonna get into the final subject here, and it seems like New York is getting bombed, not by a big thing. At least it was a bombing. There was some type of force that went off during a protest in New York City. And yeah, this is not the starting of this. You know, we had this happen in Boston before with the Boston Marathon. People got ran over, I believe, in a protest. I forget where that was, with a truck. A lot of stuff has been happening, man. This is not new news, but it's new news this week. It happened a couple days ago, but let's tune into the video, see what's going on out here in
Chaos at Mayor Zohran Mamdani's house. A man tries to ignite an incendiary device during a protest, but is tackled by New York's finest.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Torres.
And I'm Tanya Rivero. We begin with the mayhem at the mayor's home. A protest outside Gracie Mansion took a turn for the worse this afternoon and ended with 6 people in police custody.
The organizers and those who showed up for the protest faced some opposition, and the two sides started to argue, and chaos ensued.
2 are accused of throwing a suspicious device that began to smoke. And just a short while ago, NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch spoke about the incident at Gracie Mansion.
Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore joins us now from the Upper East Side with the details. Crystal.
Good evening, Joe and Tanya. Yeah, Commissioner Jessica Tisch describing a situation, like you said, nothing short of chaotic. The media briefing is still going on at this point, but we know at this point 6 people have been arrested, including a man police say launched a suspicious device into the crowd. Our cameras were rolling as police tackled that suspect to the ground. Police say he was holding a device that had some smoke coming out of it, and some feared it was an explosive, forcing an evacuation and an investigation by the bomb squad.
Listen, man, this is why I stay my behind inside the house. All right, this is exactly why. I don't have time to be running from bombs or running from bullets. I don't have time to be screaming in people's faces, telling them how I feel and how they are this and that. I don't have time for it. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather move differently. But, you know, this is some people's things, and I understand they have the right to do that. They have the right to do that. But this is a reason why I stay my behind out the way. You ain't gonna blow me up at no protest, for sure.
All part of a massive clash between anti-Muslim demonstrators and counter-protesters near 89th and York, right by Gracie Mansion, the home, of course, of New York City's first Muslim mayor. Now, it happened around noon. Shouts and fights breaking out, protesters parading racist imagery, pepper spray filled the air, sending people to their knees as they attempted to flush their eyes with bottled water. Again, police saying 6 people are in custody, 1 for disorderly conduct, 1 for deploying pepper spray, and 2 for throwing a suspicious
You ain't finna drag me by the hair.
Known agitator Jake Lang.
You ain't finna pull my shirt over my. You ain't finna do none of this stuff to me. No. Nah. See, this is too much. This is too much, man. I know there's already a lot going on in New York. You know, the police they're working their behinds off trying to figure out stuff. Just, you know, the good ones, not the corrupt ones. But man, this is a lot.
Jessica Tisch, Commissioner, describing again the moments where they're at this point investigating the suspicious devices. Take a listen.
If you don't stand up
on preliminary examination,
Planton says, if you don't stand up for your rights, you will lose them. I agree with you, man. I agree with that. That's why I said it's your right. If you choose to do it this way, then I get it. You have the right to do that. I just choose to do it a different way. I choose to do it a different way. My way might not be your way of doing things, but it might still accomplish the same goal, per se.
and X-ray imaging, the
I'm not getting
devices,
pepper sprayed.
which were a bit smaller than a football, appear to be a jar.
If I get pepper
wrapped in
sprayed,
black
I'm
tape.
losing my life.
Importantly, with nuts,
That's how I
bolts,
feel.
and screws
So let
along
me
with
not
a
get
hobby
pepper sprayed.
fuse that could be lit.
Because it's not going to
At
be
this
pepper
time,
spray that I'm
we do
spraying
not
back.
yet know whether the devices were a functional,
You get what I'm
improvised
saying?
explosive devices or hoax devices, because we don't yet know if there was energetic material contained in them.
And at this point, police say no major injuries. We also know that police are reviewing
Might just be me.
surveillance cameras to see if there were any other illegal activity taking place during this chaos and to identify other people who might have been involved. For now, we are live on the Upper East Side. Crystal Finn,
could just
Channel
be
7
me.
Eyewitness News.
Didn't mean to click that. But it could just be me, man. It could just be me. When is being an asshole a protest? Facts. Nah, honestly, like, real talk, I couldn't do it because, like, I'm the type to want to be violent if somebody's violent towards me. So, like, let me not put myself in there. Like, I'm not no pushover. Like, I'm a nice guy. When you approach me nicely, obviously, like, I'm a good person. Like, I do the right things, but, you know, I've never been to jail, none of that stuff. But I'm just saying, like, there's certain situations that I'm not going to put myself in anymore. Unless I'm willing to die for it. But let me know y'all thoughts, bro. Let me know y'all thoughts, because, you know, everybody has their own way of doing things. And I get it. Like, you have the right to do that. That's the great thing about it. You have the right to do that. But I'm willing to die about stuff I really want. I'm willing to die. Maybe they are too. Who knows? Maybe they are too. It could just be. It just could be. Could be me, man. It could be me. I had one more video I had to show. But you know, looks like we at the 40-minute mark. I guess we could do one more. I was gonna be on here for just an hour. I didn't want to be on here too long. I do have a couple things to get done in the afternoon, but I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Everybody that came in so far, everybody that, you know, is in the chat, left a like, subscribed. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make this thing go around, and, you know, we have our good times, we have our bad times, but we still gonna show up every single day. Not every day live streaming, but we gonna show up posting every single day. We gonna, you know, interact every single day and make sure that we get our voices are heard every single day. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate y'all, man. This year is going to be an amazing year for me. It's going to be an amazing year for you. And it's all on what you do with it. You know, don't let anybody try to step in your way. Don't let anybody try to tell you can't do it. Don't let anybody try to downplay your dreams and your goals, or, you know, whether it's you finishing school, you getting a job, you learning a skill, like, push for it, man. Don't slow down, bro. Don't slow down until you're ready to retire, until you're at the amount of money and financial stability and happiness that you feel like you don't need to do this anymore. Push for it, man, until you can't. Dr. Gregory says he liked and subbed. My guy. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, man, well, that's what we doing every year going forward. That's what we doing. That's how we coming. We going forward. Breaking goals. We getting to the next thing. We making this amount. We blessing these many people. We doing it all. We doing it all. All right, we doing it all. That's my message for today as we get into this last subject of the day, because we still got other stuff to do, and Love you guys, but I will be back, man. Don't worry, man. If y'all subbed up, gonna see more, man. Y'all gonna see more. We gonna hang out more. We gonna have a good time. We gonna enjoy and talk our talk at the same time, man. This last video though, I came across my timeline. I was like, you know what? Let me talk about this. Let me talk about this because, you know, at the same time, we got to talk about everything that's going on in the United States, not just only that's going on across the world in Iran or, you know, everything is news. Every type of news that we can get, we see it comes across our timeline or y'all send it to me. We gonna get to it. We gonna see and we gonna react to it and we gonna get it out to the people and we gonna give our opinions. But this one is about a Haitian man that died from a tooth infection while being detained in ICE. Let's go. Let's get into it.
I'm investigator Nicole Grigg. A Haitian man died in ICE custody in Florence after his family says a tooth infection went untreated for days. His family is demanding a full investigation now. ICE has not commented on the death of 56-year-old Emmanuel Damas. His family telling me he's a father of two and the 12-year-old son has yet to learn the news. This is one of the last photos of Emmanuel Damas alive, lying in a Scottsdale hospital bed on a ventilator.
He was handcuffed on the bed, both feet and leg. We had two security guards watching over him 24 hours, 7 days, nonstop.
His brother, Presley Nelson, spoke with us from Boston. He says his brother was rushed to that hospital after a tooth infection, one he says went untreated while Damas was detained at the ICE facility in Florence.
The nurse said, yeah, most likely he had a tooth infection and he did not get the proper attention. That had spread to his neck, then to his lungs, and he went septic.
Damas came to the U.S. from Haiti in February 2024. In September 2025, he was picked up by ICE in Boston. The family was seeking asylum, but it was denied and they're appealing. Then mid-February, he got sick.
But he got here legally through the Biden program. His stay would have expired exactly on February 19th. And that's the exact date when he got sick.
In the weeks before the 56-year-old was hospitalized, Damas had been calling his family in Boston.
He said, man,
I'm from Boston, and this is how I heard about this story. So that's kind of why I brought it to you guys, right? But at the same time, I'm like, damn, man, this is sad. This is sad, bro. Real talk. You do wish that people at least are getting treated in some type of way where they're not getting abused, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to these deportations and, you know, detainings of ICE operations, like, we don't want this stuff to be happening, obviously. We want everything to go smoothly. But this one is sad, honestly. This is a sad one, bro. This is a sad one. We pray for the family at the end of the day, man. We don't want stuff like this happening to people. We don't want people being mistreated. If that's what's going on, that's not what we want to see.
I have a terrible toothache. A terrible toothache. I'm like, what's going on? He said, yeah, nah, did you go to the dentist? He said, no, he did not go to the dentist. They just give him ibuprofen.
Days later, he was rushed to the hospital.
When we got there, he had been in this coma for the last 9 days.
Now the family is demanding a full investigation.
He had a toothache. All you had to do is get a driver and a security guard or two security guards to actually take him to a dentist. You couldn't do that. But you had two security guards watching him 24/7 for the last 10 days.
And his brother says they won't stop until there's answers.
Listen, man. Listen. I agree with you. They could have even had a dentist come and examine him at the ICE detention center. A lot of things could have happened. A lot of things could have probably saved this man's life. And, you know, I hope that we get to the bottom of it and that they at least get held accountable for if something was done purposely. Honestly, I really do.
I want to make sure my brother has a voice. Now, he's 6 feet under, but at least his stories will be told.
Dgotsauce is expected to have his autopsy done. His family will then fly him back to Boston, then back to Haiti to lay him to rest. We have reached out to ICE multiple times. All they have said is once they have more information to share, they will be sure to share it with us. I'm investigator Nicole Grigg, ABC.
We'll get in tune with this, man. We'll keep in tune with it and see exactly what happens with this case. Obviously, again, like I said, we don't wish this stuff to happen. All these people are being detained while ICE is doing their thing. We don't wish for people to get sick and then be dead just like that. So we're praying for the family, bro. Praying that they get peace. We're praying that, they get their answers that they need. And shoot, we wish the best for them. Wish the best for them. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys for everything. Y'all have been. This was a dope show. This was a dope episode. This is only episode number 2. Fortunately, we do have to head out soon, so I have to say my goodbyes to y'all, man. I have to say my goodbyes to y'all. But it was a very, very good show. Thank you really for everyone that, stopped in and said what up and left a like and hit that subscribe button. All my new family, man. New family. I appreciate y'all. Really do. We gonna be back. We gonna be back, man. We gonna continue to do great things. I hope the same for you. Wish you all the best. One more thing before, y'all head out, man. Just hit that like button one more time. Hit that subscribe button if y'all are new. And until next time, man, it's your boy Dgotsauce. I'll see y'all. Already know, man. Peace.